I did rewatch The Matrix. My brother, it was weird. Well, here's the full story. So when I was a kid, I watched The Matrix, but I was too young. I didn't get why everyone liked it. I thought the action was boring. I didn't think the story was that great. And so I grew up hating The Matrix. Everyone else loved it. My brother, his favorite movie of all time. I rewatched it probably, I don't know, maybe I've seen it one more time as a kid. Still didn't like it. Didn't like the second one. I, weirdly enough, thought the third one, and again, this is going back forever. I can't really remember now. I'll have to rewatch the second and third one as well. But I remember actually liking the third one the best, even though I think most people think the third one's the worst. And then I watched the fourth one when it came out and thought it was terrible. But during COVID, I rewatched The Matrix and enjoyed it. And then years later, 2024 now, my brother rewatched it because I think it's the 25th anniversary. He went to theaters and watched it, and for some reason, I was kind of in the mood to watch it as well. So I also rewatched it, not in theaters. I rented it. It was on streaming, some kind of streaming service, and yeah, I do like it. It's funny. I've grown up. I kind of jokingly said on my Discord, it's basically the Joe Rogan Experience movie. That The Matrix is. If you like The Matrix, I don't know how you don't like Joe Rogan podcast. It's like that movie is basically every episode of Rogan's podcast is The Matrix. It's like all they talk about is the philosophies that are in that movie, the possible simulation theories, all these different conspiracies, aliens and superpower, all that kind of stuff. It's very much up my alley now. The things that I like now are really in that movie. And having a more, I saw it too young. I saw it when I was like single digit, I think. Like I was probably, when did it come out? 1999 did it come out? So yeah, I would have been 12 or 13 probably. So too young to grasp the complexities of the movie. I do think that there are some not slow, but kind of like there's some lulls in the movie, and I still don't really, there's a part in the movie, like the first, I want to say 20, 25 minutes, like it's going so strong. And there's a while, every time I watch it now that I'm older, I'm like, man, this movie could be like a 10, but then it always dips down in a certain part. I always forget what part, but there's a part in the movie where I'm just like, this is kind of lame now. And I don't love it as much. But it's still a great, it is a really great movie. And I actually do like the action now. But yeah, it's probably sits around like a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me. I don't know, but I do enjoy watching it. I probably will watch it again, in the future. The thing that stood out to me this time while watching it though, was that it's only 2 hours and 16 minutes. And that movie, like it really flies. Like I said, the first bit of that movie really flies by. The pacing is so fast, and there's so many parts in it that I'm almost thinking like, man, you could slow down here and really milk this part more if you wanted to. Even like when he's just like a regular guy, like I could see him milking that, but it moves so fast paced through this very complicated story with many layers and philosophies and ideas. And I couldn't help but think that if this movie had been made now, it would be a trilogy. Like just that first movie would probably be stretched into 3 movies, just because people don't know how to be as tight with their storytelling anymore. And I'm glad they didn't. It's only like 2 hours and 16 minutes to accomplish all of the things that they do. Like they have to explain a very complicated idea to the audience. First of all, like their premise alone, you would think would take a lot of time to expertly convey it in a message and in a way visually and through dialogue in a way that audiences can grasp it. And they do it so expertly, and they do it so efficiently and so quickly. Like you really do, you get it pretty quickly. You understand everything that's going on. And yeah, I just, I couldn't believe, I'm like, wow, this movie's like, yeah. And like, if you count credits and stuff, it's probably closer to like 2 hours, like it's probably a 2 hour runtime. And yeah, nowadays that would easily be 3.5 hours. Like there would just be so much bogged down extra time, and there would be probably 30 minutes more of action that is completely unnecessary. But I was really impressed by that, and I think the Wachowskis should get more, even more praise. Looking back at it now, going like, wow, they really did accomplish a lot of. They really did accomplish a lot in that 2-hour runtime that I just don't think filmmakers are as. I don't know if it's that they're not as skilled now or they're just not required to. I feel like back then in the 90s, you were more so required to have a shorter movie because of the movie theaters and all this kind of stuff. But now with streaming services, runtime is not necessarily a worry anymore. And so I feel like filmmakers are getting both a bit lazier, and they're not, like, sometimes studio notes can be helpful. And I think a lot of these filmmakers now are not being, the leash needs to be a bit tighter, because now they're just getting away with whatever they want. Like almost every movie now is in a sense a director's cut. And I feel like that's why I like movies less now, because they're just so bloated and they're not being put through the ringer the way that movies used to be put through, in order to tell a really tight, cohesive, clear, well-paced, good movie. You know, they weren't wasting your time back then, but now I always, whenever I watch anything now, I just feel a slap in the face. I'm always feeling like this filmmaker or this creator is just wasting my time and they don't care. But anyway, that was my thoughts with The Matrix. I'm glad I watched it. Hey, thanks for listening to this clip of my podcast. I publish new episodes on the last Friday of every month at 12:45 p.m. PST for all premium members of my Patreon. My name is Cooper Bibo. I'm an actor, writer, and producer of film, television, and video games. Head to patreon.com/CooperBibo. You can sign up for free, get access to my blog, or you can toss me a few dollars if you want to support me and get special bonuses like this very podcast, or you can subscribe to my YouTube. You'll continue to get free clips and a brand new video every single Wednesday. So whether you like to watch, listen, or read, I've got something for everyone. I've also got a video game called Billy Saves the World. Please check that out on Steam right now. I've got movie projects in the works. I update all of that stuff in Discord all of the time. Again, the basic channels are free to join. Just head to patreon.com/CooperBibo to get access. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next clip.